All right, let me be real with y'all. So this is why they always make y'all think dark is evil or darkness, right? You have many forms of darkness, right? But there's a difference between nighttime or the moon and darkness of when you talk about dark matter, dark energy, and different things like that. We understand that inside of that darkness is light. This is what they don't tell you or don't teach you, is inside of that darkness is actually light. Because inside of dark matter, or inside that, when everything is dark, you start to see the real light body that is within you, right? Or that you have around you. And you understand that this dark matter is no more than subatomic particles and gases and non-etheric gases, all the gases that are in nature, right? And we understand that being said, since you can't see these gases or see these forces, all of them combined look like they're black. We understand dark energy itself is a product when you put it inside of none, or you put it inside of the primordial water, so you drop it in water. And we understand dark matter is before that state, when it's in that calm state, when the particles are, or the energies before the particles, which are waves, are in that calm state, and everything is created through tones and frequency. So that being said, in the space of the mind, which is still, everything is spherical, circle, spiraling. And this is why you always have degrees of things. When you look at a circle, it's all about the degrees. But we understand that darkness, to see true light is to go through darkness. It's the understanding that this light, the physical light itself, is a false light. The physical light is a product of the sun. You have the mother, who the mother is feminine. The sun is masculine, so that's divine masculine and feminine. We understand we balance those polarities, but the mother, or the aspect of creation itself, is a product of darkness, and that's how you drop it in the womb, which is darkness. And we understand from the womb, from hydrogen to helium, you create light, or we understand that you create light through the inner alchemy of oneself, and knowing that beyond the light spectrum, or beyond this light spectrum, or beyond how we see things, is always going to be higher vibratory realities, because in darkness is where you find the true light. It seems like it's contradicting, but it's not, because the light is the awareness of oneself. It's a beautiful paradox. That extreme balancement is that darkness that we call black. And through black and white you make color. Through black and white is actually bringing soul. With the understanding that through hydrogen and through the subatomic particles and hydrogen and helium, you actually have a sun that is created. So that being said, when you meditate and you do different things, you always want to be in the darkness, because the darkness is not evil. When you talk about the nighttime is something totally different. The nighttime deals with what you call the subconscious. The nighttime deals with the subconscious realm. The nighttime deal with what we call the nether realms. It's the understanding and the overstanding that the nether realms deal with death, but they also deal with the nighttime energies. So to raise oneself out of the nighttime energies and into extreme balancement, into extreme black and white, which is still the understanding that everything comes from dark matter energy and beyond that, then you will understand that I have to go in the dark. I have to banish the nighttime light of what I think of between the moon phases and everything else, and understand I am all these things, and embrace that darkness. And when you embrace that darkness, you start to tap into the inner light. Now this inner light can pierce through the realms, because now you don't have any photon light, photon light coming to block the true light of your third eye in your different senses. So as you know, as you sit in that darkness, the physical senses start to fade away. And as the physical senses start to fade away, you start to tap into your spiritual senses. And this is how you're able to actually communicate with yourself and with these other beings that go beyond the physical space, is through the darkness. So remember, in your books like the Bible and these many other different texts, right? Let me show y'all something. Even though I walk through the the darkest valley, or as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thy rod and your staff shall comfort me. So this is an understanding that when we talk about, so this is a talk like the halls of Amenti, or like the underworld of Duai, right? This is like the understanding that you are judging yourself. It's the understanding of this, right? And we talk about this today because it was my download that was led for me to speak on this. But this is the knowing of self and the understanding that this judgment of self is whether you reincarnate back into the 3D dimension, the third dimension. And it's this understanding that if you can free yourself from these halls, or you can free yourself from the halls of Amenti through this light, or the understanding that this being of darkness will teach you how to free yourself in the light, then you will understand. That's why he says in one of the texts of where he talks about the halls of Amenti and the emerald tablets, he has said something about basically darkness not of night, but this dark being that is not of night will help him free himself from these chains, or this bondage of darkness of night. So the darkness of night and the darkness of light are two different darknesses, and it's this understanding that the darkness of night is connected to the moon cycles, while the darkness of light, the darkness of that leads you to that true light, is actually connected to the space outside of this realm, so to speak. So it's teaching you how to get out of that transition period of the underworld to, or go through the underworld to be able to go back into these higher spaces and higher realms. So this is like a death process when we talk about this. So, or basically teach you how to get from here to the astral plane, to realms above the astral plane, and different things like that. So this is what Thoth was doing, was teaching people how to be enlightened beings by freeing their mind, by freeing their consciousness from the chains and shackles of the lower space, so to speak. So it's in that understanding and that understanding. So why would the demiurge or the deluge not want you to be free? Because that is the ego version of yourself wanting to stay safe and wanting to stay inside the body. That's what it does. That's why the illusionary light of the sun feels comforting to a lot of people, because they are afraid of the darkness. But the darkness is the truth in that sense, because the darkness leads you to further light. And this knowing of this paradoxical nature of everything being inverse and the opposite direct of what we think it is because of you have the sun, or the son of the mother, which took everything from the mother as it traveled through the DNA. It took everything from the mother and it made its own reality based off the mother's reality. But it had to do it in a way that it knew how, so it flipped everything because it's inside. You get what I'm saying? So the outside, it appears like it's okay. The inside appears like it's outside. I'm gonna say it like that. But the sun is really inside of the mother, and we are really the whole. The whole universe, multiverse, and all that. But what we appear to be in this aspect of light is a physical being and a spiritual being. We know the mother is spiritual, the son is physical. We understand that before these things were split, they were one, like an androgynous being. So, and I'm gonna talk about that some more later, but it's just that understanding that through darkness you find light. Get past the fear, get past the illusion of what you think things should be, and understand that in darkness you find the light.